We all know what a chef's knife is and a serrated knife, but do you know what a paring knife is and how to use it? Hi, I'm Linda, the Gracious Vegan, and I love healthy plant-based cooking. And today I want to show you my favorite way of using a paring knife. A lot of my students, they know chef knives, they know serrated knives, but they often don't have a paring knife or a sharp paring knife, and they often use a paring knife in a similar way to a chef's knife, which is not the best way to use a paring knife. A chef's knife, of course, we use a downward motion onto a cutting board, and that's a great and efficient way to do a lot of tasks. Whereas a paring knife, you actually don't use the cutting board. You're working in the air in front of you, and you're using a different motion, almost a scissors motion. And you can get a lot of things done well that you can't do with a chef's knife as easily. So if you haven't used a paring knife before, the easiest way to start using it is put your dominant hand palm out and put the paring knife about where the fingers and the palm meet. And then let those four fingers wrap around the handle of the paring knife. And your thumb is going to stay free because your thumb and your non-dominant hand are going to guide the food into the blade of the paring knife. So I'll show you what I mean with some apple slices. So the left hand, in my case, holds the apple. The thumb also holds the apple and guides that blade through the apple. And so the four fingers of the dominant hand are just holding onto that handle. And again, to take the core out, the thumb, you almost get a scissors motion between the thumb and the knife. Just continually goes back and forth. So it's very hard to get a chef's knife to cut the core out of apple quarters like this. The chef's knife is not good at that, but with a paring knife, it's small, it's thin, and you have a lot of dexterity when you're using a paring knife in the air and just letting that thumb and the left hand guide and push the food through the blade. So let's do some strawberries. The other nice thing about paring knives is they're sharp at the tip. So you can use them to core out the top of the strawberries like that. I could cut these also into halves or quarters. They're so beautiful. I'm going to leave them whole for now. Then something like broccoli. It is a nice way to get those florets out as whole as possible. Now, I used a serrated peeler to peel the stalk, and so you can also use a paring knife to cut little slices, although chef's knives are very good at that. So then we want to find these florets, and we can use the paring knife to go into those crevices. And again, the non-dominant hand is holding the food. The left is sort of holding it steady. And then I can find the crevices with this small knife and cut my florets that way. And I'm much closer to the food than I am with a large chef's blade. And then finally, let's cut some carrot sticks. So I've already peeled this carrot. So I'm going to cut it into 3 sections first. And then I'm going to position the blade and then do that same scissors action. This top section, I don't need quarters. I'll just do 1 cut, and this one I will just do 1 cut for vegetable sticks. So there we have it. beautiful vegetable sticks and fruit slices and cored fruit, all thanks to the paring knife. Thank you. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel and sign up for my newsletter on graciousvegan.com.